So welcome back to this channel once again, and in this video I'm going to discuss another way of passing parameters in ILE. So I have discussed multiple ways in my previous videos to through which we can pass the parameters in ILE. So this time I'm passing the null capable fields. So this can be achieved with the const, means the call by read only reference, or call by reference. So only these two methods would support this options null star null indicator. um, that is, we can pass the null capable fields. So call by value wouldn't support this. Now uh, why we are using this, what is the significance or what is the advantage of this? So for example, just take in case whenever we have a table, and those table have some fields, okay, then those fields either might be null capable or not null capable. Okay, so that if a field if a file field is null capable, means it can accept the null values, then it might be chances that you, whenever you are reading that file or you are reading the data of that file into a program, you might get the data as a null into that field, and you are doing some operation on that. So whenever you are getting the null, you will be getting errors. Okay, so how do you handle those things? So the way is using this options star null indicator. So whenever we are dealing with the database file fields which support null, or which can pass which can or which may have null values, okay, in that case we will be passing the null indicator with those fields. So for example, how a procedure or how a program would come to know that this database file field has a null value. So for that purpose, you must pass an indicator to let your program or procedure know that this is a null capable field. Okay, this is a null value which we are receiving. So how we'll be going to do that? Let's see an example. So the first thing is to create a table. Okay, so we can create a table using this create table command in strSQL. So here you can see these are two file fields, field 1, field 2, char, and 5 and 10 is the length of this, and nulls are 1. Nulls 1 means that you are allowing the null values in the specified column field. If not 2 is set, then this means not null, and 3 is set not null with default. So there will be no not null value. So in case if you are not if you're inserting values in your column, for example there are two fields and you are inserting in only one field, and the second field will not be having null value, it will have the default value whatever you specified. For example, for characters it is blank, for graphic it is empty string. So these are the things which are default values for those data types. Okay, and if you specify not null, then it will be not null. Okay, then you cannot specify, you have to provide the value. So here by default is 3, not null will default. Okay, so you have to change this to 1. Or one more thing is there, you have to specify the record format also. So you are creating a table, and in case of PF you can specify the record format in your DDS, but here how do you do that? So using the record format keyword or cdfmt. Okay, so I'll be giving the record format name as RILETBL22. Okay, so this will create the table for me, ILE table 22 DSPFD ILE table 22. So this is the file which is created, which has two fields and which will accept the null values. Okay, so you can see the record format name is RILETBL22, which we have provided through the strSQL create table command. Okay, now if I do DSP FFD on this, file field information if I want to see. So I can see that field 1 is of length 5 and field 2 is of length 10. So this is the buffer position, starting buffer position. It is the starting buffer position of this, and this is the buffer length. Okay, and the field usage column heading is this, and you can see that allows null value. So in case if it is not null, so this you won't seeing this thing, so you will be only seeing this thing in the DSPFFD command output. Okay, in case of if it is null, then only you will be seeing this allows the null values. Okay, now since both the fields will allow the null values, so for example I'm going to insert some values into this. For example, I insert the null values at the first time, then this again the null value. So if I look into the data, I delete table 22, start from, so you can see that these are null values. Okay, 2 rows have null values which are denoted by a dash. So this denotes that this contains the null value. If it would have blank, then it won't show this, it would have shown the blanks. Okay, so here 2 rows have null values. Now come to the program. So this is a simple program which is having the main procedure and the sub procedure. So we will be calling the sub procedure from the main procedure. So as you can see that this is the sub procedure passing null indicator. Okay, and I'm calling this passing null indicator from the main procedure here, and I'm passing the input parameters whatever it needs. So you can see this is the prototype definition of this passing null indicator, and I'm passing 2 parameters with options star null indicator. Means I'm dealing with the database file fields right now, and I'm passing field 1 and field 2, and here field 1 and field 2 are the file fields of ILE table 22. Okay, which is defined in input and primary mode. So that's why I'm not reading here. So if in case it was not in primary mode, I have to read that file here. Okay, in loop. So you can see that this file will be, all the records of this file will be read. So in that case I don't need to use, once all the record has been read and end of file condition reached, this program will automatically end. Okay, so in that case I won't need to use the star INLR last record indicator to on condition. Now you can see it will took two parameters and return 16 A characters. Okay, so here I specified options null indicator. So this is the prototype definition, and this will be used by the compiler. Now this you can see the sub procedure definition. So this is the procedure begin, and at last this is the end. In between that we have the procedure interface. So it indicates the entry parameters. var1 and var2 are the entry parameters which will receive the file fields data, file fields values with the null indicator. So it will also accept the null indicator in this case. Okay, so whether a file field value is null or not, so this indicator will be received by this param using these options. Okay, so I have declared, you can see I have declared a local variable to this result 16A. So what I am doing, I am using the opcode percentile null IND, so which will let me know that whether null indicator is on with this particular field. So this is the field which I am accepting as a parameter, which I am receiving as an input parameter to this procedure interface. So I am checking if percentile null indicator var1 means if null indicator is on for var1, means if var1 is having null value, then what I am doing, first thing is I am coming inside, I am setting this indicator to off. Okay, now I'll be doing my work. So what I can do is, if I would have used the opconst here, so because I can use call by reference and call by read only reference. Okay, if I would have used the the const, I would not be able to change this value var1. Okay, because as you know that const won't allow me to change that, because that is read only reference. Okay, now in that case I would have to declare two more variables, and in those variables I have to do some calculations or some logic, and then prepare the result in case of null. Okay, but here I'm not using const, so I would be using the same entry parameters. So I'm setting var1 as null1, and if null indicator is on for val2, since if both have received the null indicator of either one of them is receiving the null value, so the null indicator will be on with them. So you can see that if null ind is on with val2, it will be set to off, and val2 set to null2. Okay, then finally I am adding the result. So in case if both the values are not null, so it will directly come here. This will not go into these conditions. It will add those two values with a space between them. Okay, and then it will return the result. So the result will be received here. So this result is the result will be received in this result variable, which is the global variable, and this will display the result. So you can see that this is the local variable, whose scope is limited to this procedure only, but this is a global variable. Okay, now we have seen that this approach. Now just what I'll do, I'll compile this. So I'll be creating a module, and a program. ILE PGM22. ILE PGM22 is the module. Okay, so you can see that work object ILE PGM22. So both the module and program are created. Now I can call this program. One more thing is there, the usage of this allow null user control in HSpec. So in case if you are not using this and you are trying to use percentile null indicator opcode, this thing with these database file feeds, you will get the 40 level error, severity level 40 error in that case, because if you're not using this, you cannot use null indicator in your program. Okay, so this what it will do, allow null star user control. So this is basically allowing you to read, write, or update the null values, okay, in your program. So you can if you want to do this, if you don't want to use this here, what you can do, you can delete from here, okay, or you can use it directly here. So this will be available with the RPGLE like this, allow null values. So if you will take here, so you can see so many parameters are here. So I am using star user control here only, so I'm talking about that only. So specifies that the ILE RPG module can read, write, and update the records with null values from externally described database file. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, that if I'm accepting the record from the externally described file, like in our case, which is input primary file, okay, so we can read, write, or update the null values of those records, whichever we are receiving. So what I'm doing, I'm changing that to null1 or null2, like that. Okay, so you have to use this. Okay, for example, I'm showing you in case if it is commented, okay, and I'm trying to do that. I'll be getting level 30 error, sorry, not level 40 error, level 30 error. Let's see that error. Null indicator cannot be used when allow null star user CTL is not specified. So you have to define this. Okay, so either you can define from there, or you can define from here also. Okay, both things will work, but specifying in HSpecs won't let you forget the things. So you must follow the rules by specifying in the hspecs directly, so that will override all the parameters which are specified here. Okay, you can see that the module is created. Okay, if I create the program is also created. So you must do like this. Okay, so must specifying in again creating the module, since I changed the source member. Okay, now debug this program ILE PGM22. So once debug screen is available, we will be debugging. So set the breakpoint at line number 1, call ILE PGM22. So now you are seeing that you are reading this file in primary mode, ILE table 22, clearing the result. Okay, this is blank. Now passing the database fields, field 1 and field 2. Now you are seeing that these fields indicate that this is a blank value, but actually if we see here, then this is a null value. Okay, so how I would be coming to know that this is a null value? That's why I will be preferring to use this options star null indicator with database file fields which are null capables. Okay, so take shift F10. So now you can see that the null indicator is passed, F11. So if percentile null indicator var1, if this is a null value, so this will on, indicator will was on. So in that case indicator was on, we came inside this condition. Okay, set the indicator to off and then setting the var1 to null 1. Okay, then for var2, if this is on, yes, this is on, both the fields have null value, so var2 is set to null 2. Okay, then I'll be preparing the result null 1 space null 2. So in case of null values, I'm assigning null 2 null 1 null 2 character values. Okay, now I would be able to handle the null capable fields, displaying the result, then again reading the next record. Okay, in this case what would have happened, a1 and a2 was passed and we would have received a1 and address a1. So I would have passed, let me call it again. So I'll be going into the next iteration, the second iteration, where a1 and address 1 were passed. Let's see. So this indicator is off. Okay, because this is not null. Okay, this indicator is off, null indicator is off because that is not null. You can see a1 and address 1 are concatenated and the result is the third record is also null. Now this will get on and you will see null 1 and null 2 again. Okay, so you have seen that how you will be going to handle the database fields which are null capable, or how you will be going to pass those fields to a procedure as the parameters which are null capable fields, or you can say from which are coming from the database fields and are null capable. So you will always be passing the null indicator with them, so that your procedure must come to know that yes, this is a null file, null field, this field has a null value, and you would take actions accordingly in your program. So you must have few things are there. You must have to use allow null star user control thing, which will allow you to read, write or update the null values which are coming from the externally described file in your ILE RPG program. You have to use the percentile null indicator opcode with those fields to check whether indicator is on or not, null indicator is on or not. Okay, then you can take particular actions on that, and you have to specify this options star null indicator. You can either do this with reference, call by reference, as like I did here. This is call by reference way. Okay, you can also specify specified const also, that was a read only reference way. that is also possible, but call by value is not possible. We cannot do this by call by value. Okay. uh, so in that case, if const is used, you have to take two more variables, local variables. So based on the value of var1 and var2, you have to decide what local variables have to be populated. Okay. So that's all in this video, and you have learned the thing that how you will be passing the null capable file fields coming from the describe database files uh, in your RPGILE procedures. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.